and all kinds of different opinions, news, ideas, different things swirling, okay? All kinds of different things swirling about TAAT lifestyle and wellness. And you know what? It's pretty crazy time. It's a pretty crazy time right now for TAAT lifestyle and wellness. Very crazy time for TAAT lifestyle and wellness because we're going into a holiday. So because we're going into a holiday, and because right now the holiday is tomorrow in America, Thanksgiving holiday, and because TAAT's launch is November 27th, the day after Thanksgiving holiday on a Friday, it's almost as if Friday is a holiday as well. Because of that, TAAT has decided that they are going to move the launch to next week, the following week. Now, they haven't given a definitive date. We don't know exactly which day this is going to happen, but there is going to be the launch of TAAT Lifestyle and Wellness. It just will not happen until next week due to the fact that the Thanksgiving holiday is falling on a Thursday, the day before the launch. And that doesn't make a lot of sense for them to launch going into a holiday. So they've obviously been talking with their distributor and they've decided to launch next week, but we don't have an exact date yet. So when we do get the exact date and time frame, I will let you know 100%. Now, I did get this message from Jeff. Let me go through this message from Jeff because this might give you some insight into what is actually happening. And I really appreciate the community, guys, because without you guys, none of this is possible. You guys are always on top of everything, telling me what's going on. We had one of our members of our community, Jeff, actually contact the distributor and get direct knowledge. So I'm not sure if this is 100% true, but let's try to see if we can get down to the bottom of this, because this is literally a fluid situation and it's changing by the second due to the holiday. So this is Jeff. This is Jeff Nowak, aka Tony. Thank you, Tony, for this. Rich, I just spoke with the Ohio distributor of TAAT, and there was a production delay of about a week. Instead of the day after Thanksgiving Friday, he said that he will not get his until the following Friday, and then they will start distributing around the state for the first in the new NE and then Toledo proximity, December 20th to 21st. Still waiting for the sample packs. Thanks again, Rich, for all you do, bro. So that's a message from Jeff. Now, I don't know if those days are 100%, but I really appreciate the fact that we have members going above and beyond the call of duty to get us all the information live and in real time. That's directly from the Ohio distributor. So he says, allegedly, Jeff is saying, Rich, I spoke with the Ohio distributor of TAAT, and there was a production delay of about a week. Instead of the day after Thanksgiving Friday, he said he will not get his until the following Friday. And then they will start distributing around the state, first in the NE and then Toledo, approximately December 20th to 21st. So this is what I am hearing directly from a member of the community that allegedly spoke to the Ohio distributor. Now, I've spoken with TAAT, and TAAT said that they were working on being on schedule, but due to the holiday, they have decided to postpone and move things to a later date. They have not told me exactly what day. As soon as we have an exact date and a time frame, we will let you know. The good news is we know that this will move forward. Everything is moving forward. In business, there's always delays. One thing I've learned about business is there's always delays. Now, does that mean you should panic and sell your stock? Hey, that's up to you guys. I'm pretty sure whoever sells their shares, there's going to be people to buy them. That's been the case since the start, right? This is a story, like we said, that started at 67 cents. Haven't had any sales yet. Has been as high as 440. Currently today is at 329. So there are some people now creating panic and fear because there's a delay. Well, in business, there's always delays. So this is nothing for me that is a concern. The reality, as far as I'm concerned, is that this is a new product that's going to be launching. If it takes them an extra week, if it takes them an extra 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, that is not my concern. My concern is that they have an effective launch, that it's launched properly, that they have good quality results, and that they're able to generate revenue. I want TAAT to have a successful launch. I don't care what the day is. I want to make sure that when they do launch, it's successful. If there's a delay in the launch, that's fine. We've waited since June to get TAAT on shelves. If we have to wait an extra day or two or a week or even a month, I'm prepared to wait. All that matters is that this product does launch and that it gets on the shelves. Now, I'd love to know what you guys think about this. Let me know your opinion. I know there's a lot of people having very strong opinions about this. I also have a very strong opinion. When I brought this pick to everyone first, it was at 41 cents. The stock today is at $3.29 without even selling a single cigarette. My strong opinion is this stock is already up and has been up 1,000% without one single sale. If there is a dip, all that has ever done for all shareholders so far is created a buying opportunity. So as investors, you have to treat it as such. I'm not here to tell you what to buy, what to sell, when to buy, and when to sell. I just try to bring you companies early that are underappreciated, undervalued, underexposed, and I try to understand exactly what's going on with them so that as a community, we can make good decisions, okay? This is what's going on with TAAT right now. I wanted to make sure that everybody knew exactly what is happening. They will not be launching on Friday. There is a delay, but I don't believe that this delay is a concern. This is just how business goes. And I think it's important that they have a successful launch. And to me, a successful launch is a launch where things are smooth. People are able to buy the packs. People like it. People have good feedback and hopefully come back for more. That's what matters to me. If the company doesn't want to launch at the same time as a long weekend, I totally understand that. If there's any other reason why they need to delay the launch, I'm good with that as long as they do launch and that when they do launch, it is a success. Now, what this does do is buys us a little bit more time where if there's people that wanted to get into the stock before the explosion or before the launch, now it looks as though we're going to have a little bit more time. So I think as an investor, you just got to kind of wait to see how it goes. Let's see where it goes tomorrow. Now, today, if we look at the one-day chart, we can clearly see today it went to 295. That was the low. That would have been an amazing entry. You could have got into 295 and already been in profit later in the day because it bounced up to 340 and finished around 329. So had you got in at 295, you'd already be in profit. So as a trader, you have to kind of understand what's going on, why it's happening, what you're investing in, and where it's going and why it's going there. And you can see with TAAT over the last 6 months, when we brought it to pre-IPO, it's obviously been going up from 67 cents pre-IPO day one, 41 cents, opens up at 67 cents, rockets to 440, comes back to $2, rockets to $4, and now it's to 329. And now everybody's panicking because there's a delay in the launch. I think this is just going to buy them more time. I think this is going to make them more prepared. This is going to give them more time to market this. This is going to create more anticipation. Hopefully, it's going to create even more sales. And I'd love to know your opinion on this. Love to know what you guys think. I am long TAAT, so I don't mind the delaying. I just want them to keep executing. Yeah, I agree. I think it's important that they execute and they execute properly. And if they need to delay so that they can have a proper execution to have the results they're looking for, I think that that's a smart move. Tyler says, makes sense. Hopefully it's Monday or early next week. Based on what Jeff heard from the distributor, it could be Friday, it could be longer. So I don't know. I have no idea right now. I spoke with the company. They said that everything was on track. Then after I spoke with them again, they said everything is still on track, but they have decided they're not going to do it on Friday due to the holiday. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. That's your decision. That's your choice. You can do it whenever you want to do it. So I wanted to come live and let everybody know 100% what's going on. So there's no guessing here. Friday will not be a launch for TAAT. But that doesn't mean that TAAT isn't going to launch. We just don't know exactly what day yet they will launch. The good news is they are going to launch. And everything is getting in place to launch. We just want to make sure that when they do launch, they launch with a bang. Hopefully it just gives them more time to prepare so the launch is a huge success. What to say says, sucks because shorters live for this kind of news. Well, I think as a trader, you have to understand that the shorters are attacking this and you have to treat it accordingly. You could always take profits, wait for it to dip, buy in again, buy in on the dip again if you choose. There's a lot of different things you could do if you're worried that the price is going to go down. You could hold, wait for it to come back up. You could be an investor looking to buy TAAT, and this could be a buying opportunity. Maybe it goes down a little bit more and you buy it on the dip. There's a lot of different people that are looking at TAAT for the very first time. So some of them might be looking for this buying opportunity. Shorts do create buying opportunities. I wanted to make sure if there was a delay that I heard directly from the company itself. And the reality is, it is true. There is going to be a delay. This is not a delay for any other reason other than the company is deciding to have this launch happen at a later date. And if they feel like they need another week or 2 weeks or a month to have a successful launch, I'm good with it. I just want them to be successful day one, and I want them to be ready. For me as an investor, for me as someone that's been watching this story, telling this story since it was at 41 cents, watching investors all over the world make enormous returns on TAAT. This is just another part of their story in their evolution. And this is just them saying, hey, you know what? We want to have a successful launch, and we don't think that Friday's the right day because Thursday is a holiday. So now TAAT is going to be planning their launch. As soon as I know when that is, I will let you know first. I promise you that. Keith says, Rich, you tried the product. So my question is, does it smell like weed when you're smoking it? No, it doesn't smell like weed. It smells kind of like cigarettes, and it tastes like a cigarette, and it looks like a cigarette, and it smokes like a cigarette. I would say it smokes like a light cigarette. It doesn't give you that stinky smell that stays on your clothes like cigarettes does, which I hate. And it doesn't, so it's not as strong, and it doesn't give you a crazy head rush that cigarettes do. And it doesn't make me feel nauseous. So I kind of like them, to be honest with you. I think they're quite pleasant. And I think people will like them. And I think the price is right at $3.99 a pack when you compare it to other packs at $7 and you see the TAAT at $3.99. I just think that it's very, very affordable. So for $3.99, you compare it to a Marlboro, which will be selling their 20 packs for $7. I think they have a chance to be a huge success. Now, I've only tried the original. I haven't tried the smooth or the menthol. tried the original, and I thought it was quite pleasant. And so far, everyone who's tried it has liked it. I haven't had one person try it who hasn't liked it. What to Say says, companies have to stop promising things. This is why you literally can't trust anything Aurora management says now. Thank you, Cam. Yeah, I think the company has been working really hard to launch as soon as possible. And this is a brand new product that's never hit market. You don't want to make a mistake. I think it's important that they have a successful launch day one. And if they need to delay that launch, I'm 100% behind that. I think it's important that they have a successful launch. And I'm not concerned about delays. I just want it to be successful so that there are no, see the problem, this is the thing with cigarettes. They have to make sure that when they launch, that if people want them and are buying them like crazy, that they're able to supply everybody. So if they need to take a little bit longer logistically to make sure everything is in place, then do that. I don't think it's about getting them on the shelves. They've already tested this and they've already had them on the shelves and they've already sold packs. We know they're going to have sales. We know people will buy them. This is about logistically making sure that everything in the chain of events is going to be operating at full capacity so that when they do launch, there's absolutely no hiccups. And I believe that that's what the delay is them making sure that there's going to be a successful launch. And I believe that that is the key here. What to Say says, just annoying, it can't consolidate at $4. I think $4 is where it's getting selling pressure, clearly. So you can see that it's getting selling pressure at $4. Every time it goes to $4, it's selling. So that to me is a sign that, you know, $4 is the top, right? So as an investor, you have to know that. And if you've been buying this on the dips, you have to kind of know that the selling pressure so far, historically, on a brand new company, it's only been around for about 6 months, has been around $4. So you have to know that going in, and you have to know that, hey, you know what? If I'm going in and I'm just looking to take profits at some point, $4 is usually where it's going to sell. So that's my sell zone. Now, if it dips, you're just looking for a nice entry point to buy a dip. And then if it rips back up to $4 plus, you got to be thinking about taking profits at some point, because so far historically, it has sold around $4. Does that mean that it can't go up higher than $4? Of course not. It could go as high as it wants to go. I have no idea how high is it going to go. How high do I think that this goes? I think this has a chance to go to $10 in the next 12 to 24 months, maybe even sooner. When they were doing their IPO, I said that I thought it could go to $1. It did. Once it got to $1, I said I thought it could go to $2. It did. Once it got to $2, I said I thought it could go to $3. It did. Once it got to $3, I said I thought it could go to $4. It did. Now that it's been at $4, I think that this can easily go to $5. So now $10. That's the next big goal, is $10. And do I believe that this goes to $10? Absolutely. But what is it going to take for it to do $10? 100 million in sales. It's going to take 100 million in sales. So how long is it going to take for TAAT to get to 100 million in sales? I think it's going to take a little while, right? Now, either they're going to have to do 100 million in sales, or they're going to have to look like they can grow and scale to 100 million in sales to get to $10, in my opinion. Hey, Jay, thanks, man. Respect, brother. What exchange is TAAT on? TAAT is on, I believe, the Neo exchange. Are they not? Or are they on the CSE? Let's see here. Let's find out. So many companies, so many exchanges, so little time. I'll find out for you real quick. Yeah, it's on the CSE. So TAAT's on the Canadian Securities Exchange. MindMed. I was thinking MindMed. MMED, another one of our hot picks. Mind Medicine is on the Neo Exchange. And you can see the market cap of 283 million. And SETI has talked about building a $5 billion market cap company. So in order for this to go to a 5 billion market cap, they still have a long ways to go. You can see 69 million shares with 86 million listed, issued, and outstanding. So still a really tight float. No recent news today on TAAT. But everyone's been talking about the fact that there are delays, and I've been speaking to the company trying to get to the bottom of it, and they are not going to be launching on Friday, but they will be launching, and they are getting everything in place to have a successful launch. Rooney says buy the dip. Yeah, I think a lot of people bought the dip today, and if they did, they're already up. If you bought the dip at 295, you're already up. At 295 today, that was the dip. But just last month, they're at low twos. So you never really know. This is a stock that's up a lot. You don't know what the bottom is. So you just got to watch it. And day by day, that's what we do in our trading academy. And that's what we do within our trading community. Is every single day we watch it, we buy the dips, and we sell the rips. Crypto Hansi says, how smart is a company printing posters with launch date 27/11, hanging them up in the stores in Ohio, and a few days later they realize it's a holiday? Well, the Canadian, the company, is Canadian, right? And so, us Canadians, we're honest people and we make an honest mistake. And, it's a mistake. Sometimes, that might not be the only reason, right? I didn't get a reason why they decided to move it, but they're clearly feeling like they need to move it. So let them move it and let's see a successful launch. I'm not concerned about what day, and you can take posters down and print new posters. I'm not really too concerned about that. This too shall pass says it looks unprepared and unorganized. Didn't they know on the calendar that this is a holiday every year? Sounds like something more to the story. No, I don't think that that's the only reason. I think that the holiday is a part of it. But I think if they need an extra week to be more prepared to have a successful launch, take a week. If you need an extra month to have a successful launch of a brand new product that's never been launched in history, take a month. I don't care how long it takes. I want it to be a success. Crypto Hansi says red flags everywhere. Look at SETI files. So if there's red flags everywhere, why is the stock up from 41 cents to 329? Can you explain that? And how come members of our community have made hundreds of thousands and millions collectively if there's red flags everywhere? Please explain that. This too shall pass says disappointed in TAAT. It looks like a lie. Stupid. I'm out of this crap. Well, we'll see. We shall see, won't we? We shall definitely see. We will definitely see. And in time, we shall see. I remember when I first started talking about TAAT and people were saying that they weren't real. And now I've actually physically tried the cigarettes, and so have other people who've all liked them, and they're about to launch in Ohio. So if they need to have a delay so they have a successful launch, I say let them have a delay. If people want to panic and sell, that's your right as an investor. That is your right as an investor to sell if you choose to. That means other people can buy your shares. And if there was other people that wanted to buy your shares and they didn't want to buy it at $4 and you sold today at $2.95 and someone bought your shares at $2.95, now they got in at a price that they feel comfortable with. A month ago, you could have got it for $2.14. 6 months ago, you could have got it for 67 cents. Nobody's forcing anybody to buy anything. We don't know when they're going to launch. We have no idea when they're going to launch. All we know is that they are preparing for launch and they will not be launching on Friday. I mean, you guys are, like I said, you guys are welcome to have your opinion. This company has been a huge success for our community and members have made a killing. So if you want to, say negative things about the stock right now because they've delayed their launch, you're welcome to have that opinion. I can't tell you not to have your opinion. You can have any opinion you want. My opinion is I don't care what the launch date is. My opinion is I want the launch to be a success when they do launch. If they need a week or they need a month to have a successful launch, I'm happy as long as they have a successful launch. That's what matters to me. I don't care what the day is. The day doesn't matter to me. What matters is that when they launch, that they have sales and that people like them, that they come back for more, and that TAAT is able to, when they buy those TAAT cigarettes, fill up the shelves. That is the key. And this is something I've spent a lot of time talking to TAAT about and other people in business, is that when you're a smaller company trying to move into a market with huge conglomerates, you need to be able to have enough products to sustain the business. So there's going to be ups and downs with every new business that launches. This is the beginning of a brand new product that is hitting the market for the first time ever. The key for the product is a successful launch. The date is insignificant. What matters is that when they do launch, that it's successful. Tyler says, I'm not panicking or upset about delays. I'm upset I was told on a Facebook page before TAAT and everyone said they were bashers. Wow, this too shall pass says, I hate TAAT now. This too shall pass. Your hate is very obvious. Your hate is very obvious. Shia Wash says, Rich, if you believe in TAAT, how come you're not an investor? TAAT is my client. And because TAAT is my client, there's different rules when you're an influencer and you're talking about a stock and they're your client. So when I have a client, I choose not to buy the stock because as an influencer, it's much more difficult when you're an influencer and you're talking about stocks and you're buying stocks and you're selling stocks. So TAAT is my client and I choose to work with TAAT in that regard. If I buy a stock, I have to disclose it. If I go and disclose that I buy TAAT or I own TAAT, that allows the shorters to go after TAAT and short TAAT. So by not owning TAAT and not having to disclose it, no shorter really has any reason to go and short TAAT. If they're shorting TAAT, it's not because they're trying to hurt me. It's because they're trying to short TAAT. So it has nothing to do with me. So I choose to buy other stocks that I don't necessarily talk about so shorters can't short my picks. They can short my picks that I'm talking about every single day, but they aren't going to be shorting the picks that I'm buying. Because the picks that I'm buying and selling, I don't have to necessarily talk about them publicly. I like to do a lot of my trades in the dark. I don't have to publicly disclose every single trade I make. So shorters can try to short it to try to make some type of point, like they did in the cannabis stocks. So I learned from that because I'm part of a trading academy now. I learned from that and I become way better of a trader. And I learned that I don't have to disclose all my trades because I don't have to talk about them. But there's a lot of companies I'm going to talk about that I believe in, and I'm not always going to buy the stock, but I'm going to talk about it so our community can win. And TAAT has been a huge winner for our community. In fact, every time it goes to $4, it's up 1,000%. So I find it laughable when people say they hate this and they hate that. And, oh, I hate this and I hate that. Because it makes me wonder if you're a shorter. It really makes me wonder if you're a shorter. Because if you're an investor in TAAT, chances are you've made money on TAAT. So what is there to hate? A stock that made you money? So let me ask you a question. This too shall pass. You're an investor. What price did you buy it at? If you are truly an investor. The investment ABC says TAAT should come out with an official announcement now. Normally, we should get this information straight from the company. Hey, listen, you guys can hate on them all you want. Clearly, you guys have a reason to hate on them so much. If you truly were a shareholder, why would you hate a stock that you own so badly? If you truly were a shareholder, I don't buy it. I think you guys are all shorters. I believe you guys are all short on the stock. I don't believe it for a second that you own this stock. And I don't believe for a second that you bought the stock. I don't believe it for a second. Hey, if you guys are disappointed with TAAT, you should take it up with TAAT. Contact TAAT. If you're an investor and you have a concern, contact them. TAAT will, I'm sure, will respond to you. What about SETI files? Opinion on that? What give you the wrong info saying Li Ka-shing or whoever spelled is invested in this? He's not, just misleading BS. Li Ka-shing is behind the fund that made a $5 million investment into TAAT. That's a fact. So do your research, do your due diligence. You can say whatever you want. You guys can try to be negative to try to create a point because you're trying to short the stock. I know what you guys are doing. You're shorters. That's your game. Create fear. You're angry. You didn't get in pre-IPO at 41 cents when I told everyone to buy, and it went to $4, and you're angry. So now you're trying to short the stock so you can buy it cheaper. I get it. I understand your game. I'm not playing any games. I'm here to tell the truth. I'm standing here and saying that they were supposed to launch on Friday and they're not launching on Friday, but they're still going to launch. Nothing has changed. Nothing has been affected. The launch date is going to be moved to a new date. Once we determine that date, once TAAT determines that date, they will issue a press release. Once I know exactly when that is, I will let you know as well. This is a fluid situation. Things can change very quickly in business. Anyone who has been in business knows that. If you want to be a panic seller, if you want to short the stock, if you want to bad talk the stock, you're welcome to do that. Just remember, you're bad talking a stock that is up currently 800% since the IPO day. 800%. It's gone from 67 cents to $4. In fact, it went from 41 cents to $4.40. That's a fact. It is up just under 1,000%, and investors have already made a killing without this company even selling one pack. Without them even selling one pack, TAAT has made investors a killing. So if you're truly an investor in TAAT and you've made money on this pick, you're not angry. You have nothing to be angry about. So if you're angry at TAAT, I don't believe you're an investor. I don't believe you're a shareholder. I believe you're a shorter, and you're trying to short the stock down for your own personal gain. That's a fact. And if you're a shorter, why don't you just admit it? Happy One says 100% Rich, TAAT will explode. TAAT's already exploded. TAAT's already exploded. So much hate. It's funny. I just want to know which one of you guys is going to admit you're shorter. Who's going to admit they're short on TAAT here? I'm only speaking the truth. I'm telling you what's really going on. Who's going to admit they're short on TAAT? How many of you guys in this live chat right now are short? Admit it. Hey, Phil. Phil, what do you think about this? Are you concerned about TAAT delaying their launch? Hey, if you don't like being misled and you feel like the company misled you and you truly feel that way, I suggest you contact the company and speak with the company. You have that right. They are public. Tyler says, tomorrow will hurt, but I remember I bought in at 250 US and that was when it dipped to 165. That hurt, but held out and made money. Granted, not as much as I could have, but still profit. Who is Kevin Ma? How come he is selling his shares? And it seems that he has lots of options warrants that is implementing and selling. Every company that is public has insiders that sell. Every company. TAAT is no different. You're talking about a company whose stock is up 1,000%. Insiders are going to sell when they have the opportunity to take profits, just like any investor. I would never tell you guys not to take profits. I always tell you guys to take profits. Sassy says TAAT is amazing. 100, 100. Hey, what's up, John? Giantagio says, I am in since 60 cents. I am everything, no shorter. It's very unprofessional not to put out any official news, even for a startup. So what are you going to do about it? Phil Can says, added more the last 2 days. Love it, bro. See that? Phil is one of the members in our community, and he's buying on the dips. He's not panicked. Phil, has TAAT made you money? I just wonder, has TAAT made you money? I'm an influencer, and influencers get paid to do videos. It's called sponsored ads. If you have an issue with me getting paid to do videos, then don't watch. If you don't want companies to pay me to do videos or to pay anyone to do videos, well, all I can say to you is companies pay people to do videos because it's called advertising. It's called advertising. And when companies want advertising, they pay for it. Some companies want to go on Bloomberg. Some companies want to go on Rich TV Live. Everybody has their own right to do whatever they want to do. Nobody forces anyone to do anything they don't want to do. Just like nobody's forcing you to watch this video. My job is to tell you what's going on with the stock. I told you about the stock of 41 cents. It went to 440. Today it's at 329. They just delayed their launch. I'm telling you they're delaying their launch. I'm telling you the truth. I'm not hiding from anything. TAAT is not the only company that is my client. We have hundreds of clients that want our services so that they can get more eyeballs on their company. We don't tell you what to buy. We don't tell you when to buy. We don't tell you when to sell. We just show you undervalued, underappreciated, underexposed opportunities. And as investors, you have the right to make your own decisions. Just like as an investor, I have the right to make my own decisions and I can decide when I want to buy, what I want to buy, and when. And if a company does something that you don't like, it's your right as an investor to do something about it. You can buy shares, you can sell shares, you can long a stock, you can short a stock, you can contact the company. You can do whatever you want to do. I'm giving you the ability to have a voice. Jan can cook Cooking with No Kitchen says, I bought in at 71 cents. Kenny Fisher says, not mad at all, bro. This too shall pass says $4, 1,000 shares down 800 bucks. Okay, so this shall pass. You bought at the very top. So you're angry because you bought at the top. That's on you, bro. No offense, but that's on you. I mean, look at the chart. You bought at the sell zone. That's on you. You bought at the top. Like, what do you want? The stock to go up forever? The stock was at 41 cents and went to $4. You bought at $4. You bought at the top and then it went down and now you're angry. Like, no offense, bro, but you bought at the top, man. Hey, if you want to sell your shares, you're welcome to sell your shares. I promise you, someone will buy them. I promise you. John Hughes says, haters are useless. Rich is an undefeated champion. I appreciate you, John. Thank you, man. I'm standing here today with a stock that is up almost 1,000%, despite the fact that people are hating on the stock. It's funny. Human condition is a very entertaining thing. This is a stock, I stand before you, that has gone up 1,000% since I told everyone pre-IPO. All the videos are on YouTube for free for everyone to see. At 41 cents, it hit 440. And people at 329 are now panicking and calling names. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The investment ABC says, I just don't understand why TAAT is not officially coming out with a reason why the delay happened. Delays are no problem in business, like you said, but transparency is important. I don't know. I just found out about the delay myself. So maybe they're trying to determine what the next day of launch is going to be. And maybe they need a little bit of time to make sure that things run smoothly. I'm going to give them that time. This is one of the hottest picks for our community this year. One of the hottest picks I've ever had. One of my best clients. I really like the company. I've tried the product. Everyone that I've given the product to has liked the product. And our community has already won huge on TAAT. Many of our members are holding, and many members have gone in and out of TAAT 3, 4, 5 times and made money every single time on every major dip. So why would I have any concerns if TAAT says that they want to delay? I have no concerns. Zero. Now, people want to create fear and panic so that people take the price down for their own personal gain. I don't gain anything if this stock goes up or down because I don't hold any shares. But I can promise you that if it dips, a lot of people are going to buy it. I can promise you that. And I can also promise you if it rips to $4 plus, a lot of people are probably going to sell it. Guarantee it, because that's what it does. This too shall pass says, after today, I won't be a shareholder. So you're going to take a loss. You're going to sell for a loss? That's tough. Sebastian says, hi, Rich, greeting from Germany's. Are they officially delaying their launch? I guess I missed something. Yes, they are officially delaying their launch. It will not be on Friday. And we don't know exactly when it'll be, but it will not be on Friday. And I heard that the holiday is a part of it. It may not be the only reason. I don't know the exact reason, but if they need more time, I'm going to give them time. This is a stock that's up 1,000% without even selling a cigarette. I'll give them as long as they want. HPY1 says, then go. This is too small. Iman says, I agree with ABC. HPY says, then go. This too shall pass. All right, guys. I'd love to go through all your answers and questions, but I got to run. Super busy. If I hear anything else, I will let you know. The breaking news, there will be a delay on the launch, which will not be on Friday. I don't know exactly when. When that happens, I will let you know. I will try to find out everything I can. As soon as I can, I will let you know. I don't think there's any reason to panic. Obviously, there's people panicking all over the place. There's people trying to create fear. people trying to create panic. I don't see any reason to panic. A lot of our community is just buying the dips. And I think that if you do sell, I promise you there will be people that will buy your shares at any price. I promise you if you do sell, there will be people to buy your shares at any price. I promise you that. Will this go down tomorrow? Probably. People will panic. It'll probably take it down even more. But will that create a buying opportunity? Absolutely. How low will it go? I have no idea. But I promise you, I'll be watching. And if you're not winning, you're probably not watching. We bring you the winners and we bring them to you first. And if there's any news, I told you, I will always come live and let you guys know first. As soon as I found out that there was a delay, I came live and I let you guys know. And I'm letting you know everything that I know. If there's anything else that I know or I find out, I'll let you guys know first. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys. This is your boy Rich from Rich to Be Live. We've been doing this since 2017 and we're going all the way up. I'm out. Peace.